it's a collaborative effort between all the Chippewa County jurisdictions. But we have two main liaison officers, Tim Bauman and Corey Boos. So all the tips that come in through the P3 software get directed to those gentlemen, and then they would send it to the proper jurisdictions if it's like a multi-jurisdiction thing. Otherwise, they follow up on the lead at that time.
So there's 3 different ways that tips can be reported. So they can be reported via the website at the ChippewaCountyCrimeStoppers.org. You can call the 944 number, which goes to the call center, which is totally anonymous still. The call center is actually out of Texas. They ask all the questions, put it all together, and send it out on the P3 app. And then you can also submit the tips via P3 app. So everything comes into P3 at some point.
So you know, if you submitted a tip, it gives you like an alphanumeric code. And if a tip is submitted and it's of a significant importance and there's a reward offered for it, then that code that you were given as a, I don't want to say a user, but the code that was assigned to your tip, then that would be a means for Caitlin or the officer to say, hey, there's a tip and you need to go pick it up.
A reward.
A reward.
That's how you communicate back and forth. If that tip would lead to an arrest or lead to, you know, that case to be solved, then that person could be eligible for a reward. So that's how you could communicate back and forth with an individual through that number. So they have no way of knowing who gave that tip. Basically, you just communicate through that number. That's it.
So now that the tip has come in, when does your office start to get involved?
So my office, the Criminal Justice Service, really isn't involved at all.
Okay.
Just a little background on it. The reason I became involved way back in 2021, the Take a Stand Against Meth campaign did some community forums and community town halls. The thing that was coming back to us over and over, there was no way for individuals in the community to report information. There was no anonymous tip line. The sheriff's office had a tip line, but it was not anonymous. So as a result of that, we as a committee campaign thought, you know, hey, we heard about Crime Stoppers, and we're like, let's try and get something like that started here in the community. So I recruited board members like Scott, who graciously volunteered their time and created the Crime Stoppers board, created the nonprofit, and then the group of individuals now that sit on the board.